How do you feel when things don't go to plan? When things don't turn out how you hope they would? How do you respond? How do you feel? That feeling of uncertainty, of change, of anxiousness is never nice, is it? And it's all too familiar. Those sweaty palms, our heart pounding, maybe you get butterflies in your stomach. But when things don't go to plan, how do you respond? Things feel pretty uncertain right now. And I don't know about you, but when I can't plan the things I want to, when my diary kind of is empty and I can't guarantee the things I have in it, it can leave me feeling anxious, concerned and fearful. It's difficult when those things are really out of our control. How do we respond? But you know, in the very middle of anxiety and in fear and in challenging uncertainty, there is a God who offers us peace. There's a story in the Bible where Jesus is sleeping in a boat with his friends. His friends, however, aren't sleeping because there's a storm going on. And unlike Jesus, they are freaking out. The waves are crashing in over the boat and they are fearful for their lives. And Jesus is sleeping. He's not waking up. And they wake him up saying, "Jesus, do something." And it's funny, Jesus turns around and rebukes them. He says, "Why are you worried? Have more faith." I don't know about you, but I'd be pretty fearful too. So why is Jesus not bothered? Why does he not freak out? It's because he knows what's going to happen. He knows that he's the power to control the waves. He knows he has the power to say, "Be still," and they will. His friends don't know that, and that's what he shows them. He shows them that he has authority to bring peace to the storm. And it challenges me to think that actually maybe in the storms that I'm facing right now, that Jesus maybe could bring peace even in the middle of a storm. His friends start to ask questions about who Jesus really is. He's able to calm the waves. He's able to calm the storm. It says something about the authority that Jesus held, that ultimately he was God and could do something about the storms of life, not just the wind and the waves that these guys were experiencing that day. Today I want to encourage you that there is a God who loves you and who brings peace to you in the middle of life, in the middle of the mess, maybe the storms that you're experiencing. He is a God that we can trust because he is good and he meets us in the middle of our storm. Oh, it's cold outside. I'm glad we're in. I want to talk to you about how we can experience this peace. It's a peace that you don't have to work for. It's a peace you don't have to buy. In fact, you don't have to do anything. In the middle of the storms of life, in the middle of the things that are difficult for you, God cares. He cares because he sent Jesus. And all we have to do is say yes, yes to that relationship with him. And in the middle of the mess, in the middle of the pain, in the middle of your cries for help, or maybe they feel more like whispers, maybe in the place where your faith feels faltering, your faith is wavering, maybe like mine this year, God meets us in the middle of that storm, and all he needs us to do is reach out to him. And we can trust that the same way that Jesus calmed the waves in that storm with his friends, God can bring us peace today in the middle of any storm that we are facing. I think it's time for a cup of tea. When I'm finding it hard to find that peace, the Bible's a place that I can go to that brings me that peace because I can read about it. Psalm 29:11 says, God blesses his people. God brings peace to his people. That's you and that's me. 1 Peter 5:7 says, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Even the small things that make us anxious and the big things, God cares about all of them. And we can bring them to him because he cares. He really cares. So whether it's a cry, whether it's a shout, whether it's a scream, or a whisper. God cares about your anxieties. You can talk to him about them. The same way that you and me are talking today, you can talk to God and tell him what's going on in your life. And in that place, you can say to him, please, can you give me your peace? And he promises us that he will.